All right, thank you one more time. The program still this morning on ITV here, and we have Comrade Odion Olaye now, who is the chairman of NLC in Edo State. Comrade Odion, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
Okay, now we understand that today is supposed to be the day 2 of the strike that you started yesterday, the warning strike. But there's an update now to the NLC-TUC strike situation that NLC and TUC has agreed with the federal government that within the next 2 weeks that they are going to be providing those states that the NLC is yearning for. Now, if that is the case, is the strike going to continue, the warning strike going to continue today?
Yes, very well. As I speak with you, I am already on the state secretariat building where you have all the ministry. We have also shut it down this morning. The federal court is also shut down. The central motor park at Obara Hawaii is also shut down. So most of the park, we are along Saple Road now, Mission Road, Akpakpava, and most of the streets in this states. We are shutting down the petrol station now. The strike is still on. And in view of the meeting you are talking about with the Minister of Labor and Employment, we are not part of that meeting. The President of Nigeria Labour Congress and the General Secretary, none of them attend that meeting. Because it did our imagination. We were the one who sent letter to the Ministry of Labor that we are going on 2-day warning strike. TUC never give them notice. We're surprised we are calling TUC, only meeting with TUC. So whatever has happened at that end is just between the Labor Ministry, the Minister of Labor, and the TUC President, Osifo. So NLC is not part of that discussion. And we never knew what they discussed there. We are not part of it. We are not part of it. And all we are after is that after today, we complete today strike. As from tomorrow, we can start discussing with the federal government.
Okay. All right. So before we continue, we understand that by Friday last week now, that the federal government scheduled a meeting, and that meeting issues were supposed to be addressed so that the warning strike won't take place. But from the news that we have, that NLC boycotted that meeting.
Please come back again.
Yeah, what we're saying is that we understand that last week Friday, there was supposed to be a meeting between the leadership of NLC and the representatives of the federal government. But NLC, the way it was reported, allegedly now boycotted that meeting.
Why we boycotted that meeting is this. You know, we'll be telling Nigerians we are going on strike. Then before you know it, the strike will be called up. Before you know it, the strike will be called up. And it's like Nigeria is no longer taking NLC serious as before. And we now also tell them that, you know, if we must come to that meeting, this 2-day warning strike must take place before we attend any meeting. That is one of the reasons. And another reason was that we never, TUC disagree joining us in this strike, and therefore it was only Nigeria Labour Congress who has been who write to the Labour Ministry that we are going on to the morning strike. So if they want to hold meeting with any person, they ought to be only Nigeria Labour Congress. So no need bringing TUC. To us, we feel the TUC is a union they can always use in disorganizing the plan of Nigerian workers. So those are one of the reasons we say we will not go. Because TUC say they are not part of the strike. And why are you calling them? That is 2. 3, right from day one, there is a committee set up by the federal government where the chief of staff to the president, Bajabi Amila, is the chairman, and with other government functionaries. And that meeting have been going on before the Minister of Labour was appointed by Mr. President. Why is it that now Labour is also a part of that committee? That committee chairman did not call us for a meeting. Why is it that it's the Labour minister that is calling us for a meeting? The Labour minister is a part of that committee. Before his appointment, his ministry is already a part of that committee. So we expect the chairman of that committee to have called us for further discussion. However, we are prepared to dialogue with them, but it has to be that committee.
Okay.
Even if I thought it's going to be the Minister of Labour, let the federal government let us know that yes, they have shifted the responsibility to the Minister of Labour.
Okay. Now, as we go on now, because a lot of Nigerians are still confused why this warning strike, or why even the strike after all. I mean, what exactly are you going on strike for? Is it the reversal of the fuel subsidy removal that is believed that some members of the NLC are asking for? Or the fact that the non-provision of the palliatives that federal government has promised Nigerians? So what exactly is this strike for? Let's get it straight.
Yes. The reason the purpose of this strike is, 1, we as a Congress, we are still asking for the removal, for the reversal of the fuel pump price. Then 2, if the federal government or NNPC are not prepared to revise the pump price, then let them do the needful to the Nigerian workers. 1, the issue of minimum wage, they should revisit it as a matter of urgency. Then whatever is the palliative they are talking about, they should let Nigeria Labour Congress know what they are going to do about the palliative and how the.
Hello, comrade.
Hello.
Yeah, what's with you?
How the palliative is going to go about, they should let us know. Then the issue of the Minister of FCT threatening the common workers who have managed to build some houses where they are staying with their family. Everybody in Nigeria know the cost of rentage in Abuja. Workers cannot avoid it. Some of them have managed to build maybe about 2 rooms with 1 parlor, kitchens, living there with their family. They are threatening to demolish such a house, such a building. And these are one of the reasons. So they should let us, whatever they are doing, they should put us in the full picture. If they say they are not revising the fuel pump price, and at the same time, we are also agitating for this CNG conversion, because if the federal government are really having the Nigeria citizen at heart, that CNG conversion, we have tried in the past, we know what it is. Today, fuel pump price is 620 a liter. Then that CNG, for now, the price per liter is about 120 or 150. So the federal government can say, okay, Edo State, we have made a provision for 1,000 vehicles. to be converted, we will sponsor it. Close it at the 6 states. Let them start with that. Or let them buy buses for each state. If it is 100 buses, then let the workers be paying a meager amount for that, where they are paying 300 naira for transportation now, let them be paying 100 naira. Yeah, so these are one of our legislation.
Yes, I agree with you, but I think it's somehow now that it is expected that the leadership of NLC now show some understanding. You talk about provision of buses for transportation, like what the Edo State government is doing now, you know, saying that free transportation is going to be given to Edolites. Now, hello? Hello.
I didn't hear all you said.
Okay.
Last comment, I didn't hear.
What we are saying is that you are talking about provision of buses for transportation. Now, your background is noisy there, Comrade Olai. Hello? Yes, can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, so what you are saying, you talked about the non-provision of buses for transportation. Now, it is not as if the federal government has denied or is saying that they are not going to provide that. What the federal government seems to be saying is that... Hello? Yeah, but I can hear you. Hello?
Something is breaking.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you now.
All right, so what I'm asking, you talked about the bus, you know, transport and all that. Now, don't you think that NSA should show some understanding? Not that maybe the federal government is rescinding on the promise of providing mass transportation system, you know, so to say now.
How will NLC show some kind of appreciation by providing transportation? Is NLC getting allocation for federal government? Are we a magician? Where do we get the money?
Yeah, but you requested for that now.
We request for it. That these are one of the things the federal government supposed to be their priority over this fuel subsidy. Before you start it, you know the workers must go to work. They're supposed to have made a very, very big plan for that. They're supposed to look at, for instance, some states, like Edo State is providing ECTS bus now for workers to commence very soon. Like River State, we only bought some buses for workers. These are things we expect the federal government to start with, because they know the workers must go to work. They have to have made a very big provision for that.
Okay. All right. So away from that now, yesterday's first day warning strike now, about 8 states only complied. That's a report that we have. We have the report that Edo State, Ekiti State, Ogun State, Abuja, Kebbi, and of course Lagos, where we had partial compliance. Now, if we have this situation, it's a warning strike that is supposed to be total. Partial compliance. Now, would you want to say that the objective of the strike was met, you know, for the first day, day warning strike? Would you say it meant the objective if we have a kind of not to compliance situation, a partial compliance?
Any person who have reported that there was no compliance in the 36 states, including Federal Capital Territory, we should see them as the agent of the federal government. Because I, as a state chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress Edo State, we have our platform. As all of us were yesterday, we are posting everything in our platform. I think before 12 yesterday, in our platform, we are recording 36 state compliance. Out of the 36 states, all of them comply. All of them comply from A to Z, including Federal Capital Territory. Apart from Lagos, where they try to, even in Lagos, we have 70% compliance in it. So the rest of the 35 states, including Federal Capital Territory, was 100% compliance. And for what I also watch is some of the national news, national TV. This one you are saying, I didn't hear that from those national TV like channels, AIT and Arise.
Yeah, but some of the dailies, some of the dailies this morning, they are reporting that the compliance was partial. About 8 states had, complied. So what would you say to that?
No, that's what I'm saying. I said that is not true. It's not true. It's not true. The 36 states comply, including Federal Capital Territory.
Okay. All right. So let us look at the TUC now. The TUC seems not to be with you on the same page in this warning strike. If that is the situation, how can you achieve your objective, Comrade Olaye?
Like in Edo State, including in short, the 36 states, what we want, we achieved it yesterday. And by special grace of God, we will also achieve it today. And even if at all we are taking a decision for indefinitely strike, we will also achieve it. The reason is this: NLC have 42 affiliate union. TUC have 8 affiliate union. So those who belong to their union are senior principal officers who are not even in the field. So these are the reasons where we always achieve our goals. And I think for what is going on now, we expect you people, the journalists, should please come out and ask. You people will always say, NLC said we will be going to on strike today. We didn't go on strike again. We have come to take money from the government. That's why we didn't go on strike again. And we want to tell them today that, tell Nigeria that NLC is still that NLC right from the time NLC was founded 1978. That NLC of 1978, during the time of the Pap Imodu of blessed memory, still remain the NLC today. Therefore, we expect the journalists in the entire nation to prevail and ask the president of TUC, why is it that anytime NLC is taking decision for strike, they will always say no, they are not part and parcel of it. Because the time 3 months ago, when we were going to go on a total shutdown in the nation, I was with my president, Comrade Ajero, which Ajero and Osifo agreed that all of us should go to for strike. And Ajero suggested to Osifo, we are holding our Congress meeting tomorrow, the National Executive meeting, and you are also holding your own. Let us all join meeting so that we we'll both take decision together. He said okay. But when we were inside the meeting, only for our president Ajero to tell us that Comrade Osifo, the president of TUC, have told him that we should hold our meeting. He will hold his own in the secretariat. We should hold our own in our secretariat, and we are on the same page. Ajero with us go ahead to say we have given 1 week warning to the federal government. Surely we should comply. We will go on total shutdown.
Okay.
But we are surprised in the evening when Osifo was making an announcement as the TUC president that.
Hello? All right, so I think we're beginning to have some connection problem there. When we establish a connection, we should be able to join our comrade Olaye, the NLC chairman in Edo State. Just as we are trying to look at the issues, today is actually the second day of the warning strike that was started yesterday by the TMI.
NLC.
Okay.
Leadership.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you, comrade.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
We expect you, journalists across the nation, to ask the leadership of TUC why they are dilly-dilly.
Yeah, well, now, comrade, it is not as if the journalists are not doing their job. I mean, yesterday you went out to go around government facilities to see whether there was compliance, by workers. And ITV, Independent Radio and Television, we took that report. I mean, I even read the story this morning on the AM News. So it is not as if we are not doing our job. But what we are saying is that in this kind of situation whereby the issue of labor movement is supposed to be all-encompassing, but when you have NLC and its affiliate bodies not on the same page, to what extent can they make any headway? That's the question.
We are making headway. We are making headway. Find out. Go and look at your report. 36 states complied yesterday, including Federal Capital.
Okay. All right. So.
Do you see cannot longer thwart our effort again. So you people should be on TUC now. You people should be on TUC.
Okay, let's come off that now. Let's come off that now. Now, today is the second day of the warning strike now, the 2-day warning strike. If at the end of today, and maybe government does not do those things that you people are asking for, what happens?
We'll go on indefinitely strike.
Now, when is that going to be?
I don't know if they don't comply. After today, we'll start discussing with them. At least if we are asking for 16.
Okay. Hello? All right.
If we are asking for 5 or 6 things from the federal government, our federal government is able to comply with 3. We should give them time to complete the rest. But as I tell they didn't comply doing one, we'll go on indefinitely strike.
Okay, so you are taking that if government does not comply with those things you are requesting for, that NSC will have to go on indefinite strike.
Yes, at least if not 100%, at least 50%.
Okay. All right, so we want to say a very big thank you because we know that it's a very busy period for you. So we want to say a very big thank you. But we hope this strike now is not going with any form of protest.
Hello?
Yeah, we hope the strike is not with any form of protest.
Pardon?
Yeah, what we are asking, the strike you are on now, are you having protest along with T2?
We have done a protest in the past. That protest was also a warning protest.
Okay.
They didn't comply. That's why we give them 2 days strike now, warning strike.
Okay. All right, so
in any case, what is going to happen is that after today, we can start discussing with them what we are asking for. If they do 50%, we'll ask them when are they doing 50%, the remaining 50%. If they give us time that is sweet with us, we'll shift around, then we'll work together. If they did not do anything at all, we'll go on indefinitely strike. Okay. So the outcome of their seriousness determine our action.
All right, so we want to say thank you for joining us on the program this morning. Comrade, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, then.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay. All right, so the program still this morning on ITV here, and just as our comrade said that the strike is on, day 2 of the warning strike that started yesterday. And we also understand the latest that we have on that now is that the federal government and the Trade Union Congress have agreed that within the next 2 weeks, that's all that the TUC NLC is requesting for, that the federal government is going to provide them. So those are some of the updates that, yeah, comrade. Yeah, you want to say something more?
That meeting you are talking about, that NLC and TUC agree. NLC is not a part of that meeting. So say TUC agree with the federal government. That in 2 weeks they will do this, they will do that.
Okay.
It is TUC. NLC was not there.
Okay.
Did you put me on air so that people can hear me?
Yeah, you're on air. Yes, but the reports we have here is that the federal government
the meeting they had with the Minister of Labor and Employment. Okay. NLC was not there.
Okay. All right, thank you.
NLC was not there. It was only TUC.
Okay.
And the reason why we are not there, I've explained it in the past.
Okay.
But we're already ready for this 2-day warning strike.
All right, so thank you.
We say we must complete it before any other thing.
Okay. All right, so thank you, comrade. Thank you so much for that. Now, thank you so much. We most appreciate you. So let's see what happens now. Let's see what happens after today. Today is the second day of the warning strike. And let's see if at the end of today, nothing is done. Let's see how NSC and even the TUC begins to react to some of the issues that we are talking about. And yesterday, highlights of yesterday's warning strike was that there was a kind of shutdown in some ports, the Osogbo Transmission Company and some power distribution companies, DISCOs, were kind of shut down. And there were fears that, were being raised that, that power was going to be taken away from people. Those were some of the concerns that were raised. So we say very big thank you one more time to Comrade Olaye for joining us on the program this morning. So we'll take a short pause now so that other segments of the program will come your way. Please stay tuned.